And then this is an example of how you create a custom game, very similar again, very straightforward, very easy to do. One of the things that we added, which is kind of cool, is kind of this, one of the things you can do now is you can create a custom game, and then when you go into the game lobby, you can actually have the game lobby be private, and then invite all your friends, get the teams configured how you want, and then if you notice, like right above my name, there's that button that says open to public, and once you punch that button, what it does is now it broadcasts the game to the game list. So you don't have to kind of do that thing you did in the past where you have to jump in the game, kick a bunch of players, wait till your friends get in, try to coordinate. Just go ahead, go into the private game lobby, then invite all your friends, then you can go ahead and publish the game to the game list and get the rest of the players into the game. So this is an example. I already showed you the friends list within the game, but this is an example of what's going to look like when you're just kind of within the glue screens within the UI. And the chat's a little bit different than we did in the past. We've decided to switch the chat system over to more an instant messenger style chat. So it's a lot easier for you to organize. It's a lot easier to have conversations with one person or multiple people. Because if you think back to like Warcraft 3, or even WoW for that matter, it can actually be kind of challenging to try to hold different conversations. Like, I don't know, I'll probably use a WoW example, it might even be more relevant to the crowd, but if you're hanging out in Stormwind and you have all the different public chat channels up and you're also trying to keep 3 different whispers together and talk to your party and talk to your guild, it's pretty hard to do that. You're like constantly like, using a little scroll bar and going up and down and trying to figure out what's going on. So we felt like, well, what if we go to more of an IM style chat and it allows you to kind of organize your conversations however you want to do them. So we decided to introduce this concept of BattleNet Real ID. And the way this works is we want you to be able to see and communicate with friends based on how you know them. And the examples over there are like Facebook and Twitter, which are 2 of the most popular services across the world. They're just eating up market share, and I think a lot of that is because in real life, we don't know each other as Gandalf or as Zeratul. We know each other as Rob Pardo or Greg Canessa. So if that's how people want to know each other, that's how people are going to communicate, why don't we introduce that to the service itself? So one of the things this is going to allow you to do is be able to talk to friends across game and across realm. So if you're real life friends with somebody, it doesn't matter what realm they're on or what game they're on BattleNet, you're going to be able to communicate to them across all of those. Another thing that we can do is also have an achievement system that spans games across characters. So at that point, I think there's probably a lot of people in the audience, and myself included, that I invest all this time in the achievements of one character, and then I don't want to go on to another character because I don't want to like start doing all that achievement work again. Well, once we have real life ID, you're actually going to be able to just see an achievement score for your entire account. And then you don't feel kind of that pressure of staying on the same character because you already did all those achievements. And this one, I think, you guys may or may not see the value of this today, but I really, really believe that this might even be the most important point. Just imagine this. Imagine that you have, again, a lot of real-life friends within the games you play on BattleNet or within World of Warcraft. You're going to kind of add all those friends, kind of like you might do in something like Facebook. Now, the thing about Blizzard is, we don't always release a lot of games like every year. So something might happen where you might come and play StarCraft 2, play the game for something like 6 months, and then, go and play some other games, which, by the way, is fine with me. It's okay if you want to play games that aren't Blizzard for a while, because I know you're coming back. But, imagine like a year later or something, you come back and play Diablo 3. Well, what's going to happen is all your real-life friends that you made back in Star 2 or in World of Warcraft, you're going to instantly know which one of those are playing Diablo 3, and you can start reestablishing those friendships and immediately start playing with them and have a friends network right from the beginning of the game. You don't have to start it from scratch. All right, so now I'm going to show you kind of some screens just so it kind of makes a little more sense. So this would be an example of what your friends list might look once you actually have some real life friends added to it. So your real life friends will be at the top, and you still have the character friendship. So this doesn't replace character friendship at all. So you can still have all the same systems you have today, but you kind of have this additional kind of more powerful functionality. So you can see like this is an IM chat that I'm having with Greg. What's he talking about there? Oh, he wants to run heroics. So, and this is a good example of how it kind of crosses games, where, you know, we can be in Star 2 and we can kind of be talking about running something within World of Warcraft. So we also have this concept of toast. So if you look in the bottom right and the bottom left-hand corner, my good friend Dustin Browder is come online, so I know he's come online. And we have this concept of a broadcast. And the way the broadcast works is a little bit like you might see like broadcast work in social networks. And this is an example of how I actually think people are going to use them. So Dustin's actually playing Star 2, but he's asking if anyone's up for some heroics later in WoW. So that'd be something then if you're in WoW or you're playing Diablo 3 or you're playing Star 2, you'll be able to tell all your friends what you really want to do. So you know, because I think one of the things that's going to happen with World of Warcraft guilds, StarCraft 2 is going to come out, and then a whole bunch of your guild mates are going to be playing Star 2 here and there. But they might actually want to be able to go to the next Naxx run. But you know, this is a way that they can actually tell you that, but still, you know, stay on the service and play Star 2 for a while waiting for the guild raid to start. And here's the example of what the friends list is going to look like in World of Warcraft, because we're also going to be making the changes into WoW to reflect real life friends.